What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the simulator. Welcome back to the channel, Turbo Talon Golf on YouTube, where you can watch a gorilla swing golf clubs in a garage simulator. There you go. You're all caught up. Today is the day before my first money match. Tomorrow, one of my buddies from work and I are playing a handicap match play at Glen Eagle Golf Course here in northern Utah. He's about a 10 or 11 handicap and I'm a 12 handicap. That's why it's handicap match play. Otherwise, he would take all of my money. But it's going to be $10 a hole. So hopefully, if neither of us have been sandbagging on our handicap, we both leave there no richer or nor poorer than we already were. But I'm obviously going to have 10 to 12 strokes on him. He's going to be playing for scratch. And yep, $10 a hole, 18 holes. Anyhow, let's check out Joe Lagowski's golf league. It's actually just Joe Lagowski Golf League. 5-foot gimme auto putts, 6,848 yard tee boxes. That's going to probably be pretty rough for me, especially since for some reason I just can't hit driver in the simulator. I don't know what it is. Played on the real golf course yesterday, no problem with driver at all. I don't know what it is. But anyway, gonna go write a sad story in my journal and get over it. Green firmness is normal, stimp is 11, fairway firmness is normal, wind is calm, and then the tournament's at 500 feet above sea level. Really the only issue I see here, other than the course difficulty, because I don't remember even what course it is. Let's check it out. Joe doesn't pick easy courses. It's the Open de France at Le Golf National. Okay, let's load it up. Let's load it up and see what happens. Good old golf. Some parts of golf are easier in here, and some of them are easier outside. And I don't know, I really don't know what the differentiating factor is. But we'll see what happens. I'm playing with my Ping G430 Max 10K driver, Ping G430 Max 3 wood, G430 Max 5 wood, and G430 Max 7 wood. And then I'm playing with this ragtag set of golf clubs from eBay, not eBay, from Amazon. They're Pine Meadow Golf 1-length irons. That'll be 5 through pitching wedge. Some Taylormade 50-degree wedge, Ping Answer 54-degree wedge, and then we jump all the way up to a 64-degree wedge because I need my ball to stick next to the hole on these courses. Okay. At first glance, this looks not too bad. We got water on the left, and then I'm guessing this typical crappy deep rough, the brownish green crap you can see all over the place. But I think the yardage alone is going to get me pretty good. Let's just have the best round we can and go from there, because we got 2 rounds to play here. All right, I'm guessing that's going to be over to the right. $175 into the pin. This is a par 4. We're going to be shooting for bogey here, folks, because it's 900 yards longer than what I normally play from, and I'm only getting 200 yards off the tee. So we're going to be playing for bogey. Bogey golf here today. I'll I'll see if I can get something up here near the pin, but I gotta stay away from the water. I can't just go rogue on this here. Hopefully that gets over. It looks like it's actually going to be a damn good shot. You can see that it was way further to the left than I intended it to be. I do realize we have a little bit of wind, but this is a birdie putt, believe it or not. So this is one of the stranger things I've ever seen. This golf course gets harder or easier the further in you go. So I'm guessing somebody just screwed up, because if you look at the handicap index, hardest hole is this one, easiest hole is 18, and it's in exact sequence. Never seen anything like that before. I'm guessing it's a typo or somebody didn't enter the information correctly. All right, just could not manage to sink that birdie putt. We are shooting for bogey here. We're shooting for bogey. All right, we got a 200-yard par 3 over water with a sneaky little pin. What I want to do here is probably aim to the right and get into those bunkers. Yeah, that's right. You heard me correctly. I am intentionally going to try and hit into those bunkers because the bunkers don't cost me a stroke, but the water will. We already got some wind blowing. That should be good enough. If I can get over there, that's the real crux of the issue here. Let's give ourselves some insurance. There we go. And we're shooting for bogey on this hole. Okay, that was about a yard away from being a really good shot. Is what it is. Let's check out our options, unhide the HUD. I don't know why it's letting us drop here. It's actually letting us play as it lies, but I don't know where my ball is. So let's check out the next option, Oh boy, we're in a load of crap here. There's no guaranteeing that we can get out of the water. I wonder why it would let us play it as it lies, because I don't actually know where the ball is. And I can't rotate around. Let's just re-hit and then aim way over here. SGT is not my favorite software. If you've been watching the channel for any amount of time at all, you are perfectly aware of that. All right, much better shot. Let's see if we clear the water this time. Okay, that's where I wanted to be last time. Just safe in a bunker. But now we're safe in a bunker and I took a stroke, so that sucks. 23 yards. There's Hazel in the stream. He's making fun of our buddy Jay. What's up, brother? Okay, that was a pretty weird hole. It was going to let us play it as it lied out of the water. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, depending on how you look at it, but there's no guarantee we could have got up and out of the water is the problem. And it didn't look to me like it was shallow water. I think it was just a SGPRO glitch, which is, it's kind of what SGPRO does. Decent drive. The Ping G430s down through 7 wood, and then the Pine Meadow Golf single length irons. So we're starting to see why this course is gonna slowly pick us apart. I've got to hit out a deep rough, and I got to go about 188 to fly that water. Deep rough's going to take about 25%, which means I need to hit almost 250 yards just to get to the 188 mark. Here it's just a better idea to get back on the fairway rather than risk taking another stroke, because you can't hit 3 wood out of this lie. You can in SGPRO, but I consider it to be a little bit not something you would do in real life. I was supposed to have another set of 1 length irons from 4 through pitching wedge show up like last Monday. I think I said it in one of my other streams, but I think it got lost in on a conveyor belt in North Carolina, because I still haven't seen it. It was supposed to be here today, and now it'll be here tomorrow. I don't know why you would ship anything outside of like normal mail with USPS. Decent 3 wood shot. We're about pin high next to the cart path here. Okay, bogey. All we're playing for here is bogey. We're at 68, almost 6,900 yards. Bogey's gonna be good here because I can't seem to get off the tee as usual. What's up, Flying Fat Kid? How are you, brother? I got my first money match tomorrow. First money match tomorrow. It's handicap match play. $10 a hole. So I could go home 180 bucks richer, I could go home 180 bucks poorer, but we'll see what happens. I saw you guys' Twisted Sticks round. What'd you guys go, 7 or 8 under? That was a pretty sweet match. "22 yards here with the 64-degree wedge. Need to be going a little further than we are. It's leaving us with these putts. "20 feet, playing 22, 23 feet. Pretty close. Okay, bogey golf. We're playing bogey golf. 6,800 yards. Got to be playing bogey golf here. Wait, don't take Jay's job. Okay, the ball ain't gonna go 275. It's probably gonna go 225. Okay, decent drive. 2 thumbs up. This is a difficult distance because it's kind of between clubs for me. Let's just see if we can get near the green and not in a bunker. That's not bad at all. But you can see we're having trouble getting on in 2 on these par 4s, which is almost a guaranteed bogey. Best course I've played this year. Man, I'm probably going to rattle off some stupid generic crap like Tobacco Road or something. On Tobacco Road or on this Lade Golf National? It doesn't have to be Tobacco Road, unless that's not what you're talking about. Just a really pretty course. Yeah, Joe Lagowski's got it set to about 6,900 yards, which is nothing. I don't play courses with 6,800 yards here in Utah. 175 out of the crap. That would have been a really great shot. Ball went left. I pulled it. Man, I still got to ship your SD card back to you. I'm sorry, I'm so lazy. The only stuff that I'm truly growing to strongly dislike playing here on SGT are the tips tours. Now, if I could get off the tee in those tours like I do in real life, I think I'd be okay, but you're pretty much guaranteeing a 20 over par, because at those distances you could really only ever hope for a bogey. We're gonna bail out here. That still didn't land on the fairway. Dude, I could hit 100 balls on the range outside or on the real golf course outside, and maybe 10 or 20 of them would ever do what that ball is doing. It's just absurd. 218. Ooh, this is a par 4. Let's just get up near as close to the pin as we can with this 5-iron and call her good. Oh, that might go OB. That hurt. That turned in my hand. Okay, this round is slowly getting more and more unmanageable. Let's see if we can actually hit a ball like an adult here. We probably aren't going to see any, we probably ain't going to see any birdie looks here at this course length, but I will try to get caught up. That's the shot I was looking for to begin with. It still went right. Maybe a chip and a couple of putts. Yeah, I noticed the first round of the tips tour is usually regular greens, but the second one's almost always 13 stimp firm. So it kind of sucks. But I almost feel like it's like if you play stupid games, you're going to win stupid prizes territory. .64-degree wedge, still wouldn't stick. And I don't like trying to sweep under the ball to generate spin because it usually doesn't work out the way you want it to. I'm pretty excited for when my golf journey leads me to chip shots that start to check onto the green. That's gonna be pretty sweet. We'll get there when we get there though. Okay, we got a tailwind, a big old long green. and we're hitting slightly downhill, so I'm just going to hit this 5-iron off the tee. No, I'm actually not going to hit the 5-iron off the tee. It's got to be pretty crisply struck to get that far. Let's hit the 7-wood. Yeah, Tobacco Road is a dope course. It'll kick your ass from hell to breakfast, but it's so beautiful. My waggle. That was pretty firmly struck. We'll see where we land. Not a bad shot. Chipping a couple of putts, get out of here with a bogey and move along. Hopefully we get enough pars to overcome the bogey. Straight 18 bogeys, right? Left. "25 yards here. I think that might go over the green. Unfortunately, firmly struck ball. That sucks. So now we're probably looking at a double. It is what it is, folks. Okay, we got our bogey. "575-yard par 5. Guys, I don't have many sarcastic, snarky, witty things to say. Some days you just ain't feeling it. That's why I was saying the other day, like those guys whose job it is to be funny on TV or the radio, you would really have to have like a pep talk with yourself in the mirror before every show, because like some days you just aren't feeling it. Oh man. So frustrating to watch your shots in the simulator do that. Pretty lame. Oh, Jay's here. I'm not even going to read the comment. We got a long way to go. The only thing that could really get us here is the OB. I can appreciate a good "that's what she said" joke, I suppose. 150. Left again, huh? Don't hit that. Roll back, roll back. Joe Lagowski Golf League. Always a trial on your patience. Conway Farms. I might have to go look that one up. I don't remember it, but it's ringing a bell, which means it was probably a pretty good course. Thank you. It's my bargain bin 64-degree wedge. Surprisingly, it almost worked on the golf course yesterday too. I think I shot, we only played 9 holes, but I think I shot a 43. I feel like I played Conway for some other thing, some other SGT thing. That's crazy. Thanks, Jay. This is going to be a pretty tricky little bee here. Uh, 46 footer, breaking pretty hard to the left. Definitely a decent read, but I couldn't have gone up any further without going onto the fringe, so we did what we had to do there. I could have chipped. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's another double, I believe. Oh, it's just a regular bogey. Consistency. I don't have a focus area because nothing's, on the real golf course, nothing's letting me down. Like everything's doing well on the golf course. It's just the consistency isn't there. Like I want to be able to hit, like if I grab this 7-iron, I want to be able to hit like 7, 8, 9 shots out of 10 to where they're supposed to go. Nothing toey, nothing heely. That's what I would like to do. I've come to terms with the fact that the driver's just not going to work in here. There's something I'm doing that my launch monitors don't like. I don't know what it is, but yeah, we'll just keep on working on the consistency. I've met all my goals for this season, which is pretty sweet, so I'm pretty happy with my golf game right now. What are your goals for this winter? Like I don't want to have a club that I dread pulling out of the bag. All right, that shouldn't be wet, but it's not going to be a good one. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I want to pull this 7-iron out of the bag and hit like 70, 60, 70, 80%, whereas that was almost 40 yards offline, you know, like not a good shot. All right, that's going to leave us a couple of putts at least. It is rolling out though. Yeah, that is true. Hitting greens from that range is difficult, but what's crazy is you could hit every green within 150 yards and still three putt, you know. Say you were barely on the fringe. Maybe a more realistic goal would be to say like I want to be within 30 feet of the pin from 125 out or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. That's the same exact swing I use outside, and it goes pretty much dead straight. So there's some physics that the launch monitor's not picking up on. And I mean, it pisses me off when I hit a slice in here, but I'm not doing it outside, so I don't particularly care. That was about as shallow as I can get. Yeah, I think 30 feet at 150 yards is kind of more of like the professionals are able to do that. John Sherman's full of those stats. Okay, let's hit a pitching wedge here. That was thick, so we're gonna need to have a good chip here. Oh wow, it's actually on. Long putt, 51 feet, 60, 65 feet, let's call it, uphill. Jay, dude, AI's come a long way. You need to change the record, bro. The tube socks thing it's stale. Also, this is not meant for children, so you don't have to stick to these TikTok-friendly things you're saying. That's headed right toward the wet stuff. It's crazy I can't hit a straight drive in GS Pro. What do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got? 155. If you're asking me the best Marvel movie, dude, I've never seen any of them, so no comment. went right. Well, now I think we saw the first Iron Man. Is that Marvel? I think that is Marvel, or is that DC? It's not going to roll. Well, maybe it will roll that much. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to roll that much. How do you thin a club with this grind? It's like impossible. I still managed to do it. Oh, it's going to make us putt again. What did I say gimmies were? 5 feet. All right, let's take our medicine and go home. I've seen one of the Iron Man movies with RDJ. RJD, Robert Dan, RD, yeah, that guy. Okay, that sucks. That's either a double or a triple. Oh no, that's terrible. Score's starting to balloon up. Honestly, I'm surprised we're not already at double digits over par. Let's see if we can stay below double digits over par. I know my miss is going to be a wildly inaccurate slice, so. Okay, yep, there it goes. .217, dude, that's pretty sorry shit right there. Especially as hard as I'm swinging. 310! Holy crap, how long is this hole? Woo-wee! I tell you what. Yeah, dude, I'll say it's probably because I don't have kids. You probably, I don't know, unless you're a fan. Maybe you watch them because your daughters want to watch them. When my wife and I are watching movies, it's not really anything Marvel or DC. Okay, starting to make some mistakes here. I'm thinking this is going to be a double or a triple bogey. Take our medicine, move along. The shots are not doing what I expect them to do. They're not going the directions I expect them to go. It's sort of frustrating. Driver. Is that a, dude, I don't know, is that a movie? Uphill. Like, is the movie called Driver? Does it feature Minnie Driver? Can't really ask for a better putt than that. Predator. I appreciate the movie Predator. It was Arnie and the one guy, a lot of guys when they were in their prime. Okay, we got out of there with a bogey. That was a bad hole. Total Recall's another good one. There's lots of them. Let's see if I can get something to go here. Okay, water. We gotta assume the ball's gonna want to go toward the water. Okay, that one went left, if you can believe that. I genuinely do not understand this software. Or launch monitor or whatever is doing it. Like I can hit a fairway 30 yards wide on the real golf course, but for some reason in here it's impossible. 165. It's bloody, gory, and has a lot of cussing. If that's not your cup of tea, don't even fire it up. It's rated R. There's probably a reason you've never seen it. Yeah, I wouldn't even start the TBS version of that movie if there's any squeamish people within eye shot of the TV. "66 yards. That was thin. That stinks. At least we're not in the water. I notice almost 80–90% of the time if I pull my head, see we're 30 yards past the hole, that's crazy. If I pull my head and I'm not looking at the ball on impact with a short iron, bad things tend to happen. And that's the consistency thing I'm talking about, like consistently. Like it's been X amount of matches since I thinned a ball, stuff like that, just general consistency. But we might get out of this round relatively unscathed. Some putts are falling and some aren't. That's unfortunate. Okay, we got a few holes to go. We're 14 over. This is a very dangerous course. There have only been a few holes where you could really kind of go balls out. Just smoked. Just absolutely smoked. What was that? 185 yard 5-iron. That is not that far actually. It usually goes between 175 and 200 in the simulator. Wasn't too different yesterday on the golf course. Was that thin? I think that was thin. Did that start off the front of the club? Yeah, that was a little thin. Let's do our walk of shame here. And then that was thick. So there's a reason they tell beginner golfers to not use anything above about a 56-degree wedge. So this is probably going to be another double or triple here. Just you don't really see these guys that are scoring well in the simulator getting double or triple bogeys. It's usually on and two, maybe a couple of crummy putts. But as a beginner golfer, I don't have the consistency yet. So that's another double. I don't love it because now we're playing bogey golf, but that was the original intention. 280. Yeah. Yep. There's all kinds of little things you can do to improve contact. Let's close this face up. Okay. So I think closing the face was our only saving grace there because that ball was over the top. That shot was over the top. Well, no, I don't think it was as over the top. It was slightly over the top, but what it's showing in the replay is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good shot, just wrong direction. You'll notice on these harder courses, and I don't know what it is, I don't know if it's the ball's consistently above or below your feet, but typically doesn't go where you're aiming as a golfer of my skill level. Like I know this ball's going to want to jettison over to the right. Okay, I think we had a short, like makeable birdie look on the first hole and that was it. But this is supposed to be the easiest hole on the course according to the index. This is supposed to be the easiest hole on the course, so I'm guessing the course, whoever imported this course into GS Pro just messed up on the numbers because there's no way that this is the 18th handicap hole. No way in hell. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Nice, good drive. Downhill lie out of the rough. This would be a nightmare shot in real life. 16 degrees down in real life. I would just move my ball. 135, so this ball's gonna wanna go, let's just get over here and lay up. 130. That was not a great shot. 125 carry. That's about what that club should have carried. We lost a little out of that lie for sure. Okay, 100 yards into the pin. Got a little bit of wind. So I took a break today at work and was watching a YouTube video, and it was the golf sidekick. I love that guy. But he had made a video that was basically talking shit on 10 handicap golfers. Like things that 10 handicap golfers do that are preventing them from shooting single digits or scratch. And I was like, bold move, Cotton. Like I know a couple of low double-digit handicap golfers, and I got no business giving them advice. Meanwhile, this dude's saying all the stupid crap they do that's keeping them at double-digit handicap. It's making me laugh right now. Okay, guys, that's not a bad round for Joe Lagowski. I think we went like 16 over or something there. I don't do public math, but 78, yeah, 16 over par. Pretty blasé scorecard there. I'd be pretty happy with that score in real life. I don't know what the slope or rating of this course is, but there really wasn't anywhere you were safe. There's the stats. Pause them if you so desire. 4 greens and 4 fairways. You're not going to have a very good score with 4 greens and 4 fairways. Let's get out of here, get back to the GS Pro splash screen, and I'll play the second round that I promised. J-Lag should fall off. Let's do the No Pros League. That's it. Oh Hoopy Match Club. 8-foot gimme auto putts, 6,500 56-yard tees, Saturday pins, soft greens with an 11 stimp. Fairway firmness is hard with some wind, some calm wind, and we're at 300 feet above sea level. Let's get it loaded up. This is probably going to be another high 80s, low 90s round unless I can get off the tee properly. Unless I can get off the tee. All right, let's get a quick graphic setting check. We're running at 130 frames uncapped. That means we can crank up the graphics to max and turn on all the stuff this course doesn't have. All right, this course is a bunch of green inside of a bunch of brown. There you go, you're all caught up. Let's try to keep the driver shallowed out and see if I can get a bit more distance and have my drives look a smidge more like they do in real life here. First shot is typical GS Pro / ProTee VX, slicey garbage, but we're on the green stuff. .161 playing about 155, plus we got a tailwind. Let's just hit a nice little 140 club and get on the green. which is not apparently what SGPRO had in mind for us. Let's get on the green here. It's gonna be right of the pin, but should be all right. And then we got those nice sticky grains. Okay, I'm thinking at least a quadruple putt here, so no big deal. It's gonna break hard, but the grains are soft, so you really never know what's gonna happen. 32, playing 20 something, 21. A little faster than I thought it'd be. But we got out of there with a par. Let's move to hole 2 and see what fresh hell awaits us. Okay, we're right against the water here. Left is water, right is trash. Trash is, of course, no penalty. Let's see where we're aimed though. Wind, all of that jazz. Okay, another allegedly poor strike that would have gone like 300 yards in real life, but probably went like 220, 200. Yeah. I just need to figure out what it is the launch monitor wants to see and emulate that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. 137 to the pin. Wasn't enough. That's unfortunate. All right, we got a super high bunker to get out of. Ball's gonna want to go left. Let's just get out, take our medicine. Obviously, getting out of bunkers in the simulator is much, much easier than in real life. Putting's much easier in SGPRO than it is in real life. They run some nerfing algorithm in the background. I think you can shut it off though, I'm not sure. Let's try to keep this swing real shallow. Nice low takeaway. That usually appeases the launch monitor. usually. Something like that. It's crazy how much more distance you get to. Like to the tune of 40 to 50 yards. It's that different. Still gotta go 150, huh? Sheesh. Might be on the green. If I could get a little left bounce, we'll see what club it picks for me. It says lob wedge. It's the whatever the description says. I can't remember, man. It's a league event, I think. I'm not doing something the same way I was doing it previously because I'm thinning this wedge. Because in the beginning I said I was going to do Joe Lagowski, and I don't remember typing D-Lud. I can't remember, man. Yeah, no pros, that's what it was. No pros. That's a strange little ball flight. You know what? Being harder in the simulator's good. It'll put a hair on your stones. Short. The No Pros League is a league you can get invited to only if you suck just the right amount. Hence the reason your boy is here right now playing it. You gotta suck just the right amount. Let's see here. 150 up a couple. We got some wind that will be acting on the ball. Let's try to stay over there. Shots you could be pretty proud of in real life, I suppose. (17-6) playing 21, 22. That's unfortunate. That was uphill on a soft green. Okay, let's try this goddamn driver again. Just got to shallow it out. That's all the launch monitor wants to see. Nice shallow in to out swing. Yeah, that one's gone. It was murdered, but it's gone. Okay. This is one of those times when you need to make sure you know where SGPRO's aiming you, because it would have done me pretty dirty right there. You can see you're penalized pretty bad if you don't come through like the launch monitor wants to see. You get penalized pretty badly. I've been on a golf course like this where it was like fairway and then sand. It was down in California outside of Vandenberg Air Force Base. Pretty cool little course. This is a par 4 and we're still 100 yards out because I cannot get off the tee. Okay, that was entirely the bad tee shot. Here we have one of my favorite type of shots, which is a tree right in the center of the tee box. No, there's no reason for it. It's stupid. It's not a drivable green or anything. Completely unnecessary. Ooh, I'd be scared to drive the carts in the sand. Gorilla the size of me. Some bitch would get stuck. How is that slicing? That That is the same swing I make in real life. There's got to be something. 44 yards offline, 44 yards offline, I don't know. That's crazy. Absolute pandemonium. Okay, let's see where this is aiming us. That should be fine. Oh, okay, firm sand. This launch monitor does not like my shots with the longer clubs. I don't know what it is. 116. What do we got? 116 out of the sand. What are we thinking here? Ooh, money shot, and then that. Golf. Gotta love it. That's my fault for not checking the heat map. This is something I rarely do anymore because I simply don't care. Let's try maybe hitting a little harder than that. So we went 2.7 carry, 6.9 carry. We lost like 66% out of that bunker, unfortunately. And it's coming back. We're gonna play this game. I didn't think we were playing Sunday pins, but apparently we are. There we go. There's your shot. Not without some damage done though. I don't think it cares how steep the shot is because it can't see it. It just keeps saying that it's seeing an over the top shot. I feel like I've been talking about this same shit for like 8 or 9 months now. And then I'll go on the course, everything will be fine. Simulators are not perfect. Even if that does get on the green, it's going to be one long putt. Can't please them all. It's like trying to please people. You just can't please them all. They're going to find something they don't like. Uh, 287 over a tree. Dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Dum, 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 dum. Let's try a little, all I want to do is get contact with the ball here. Let's do that. So yeah, gotta stop experimenting mid-round here. It's just killing our game. 203 though, and I feel like I barely swung at that ball. So we got 93 left to go. I'm thinking, I don't know how penalized we're gonna get out of this lie. Apparently not very penalized, because that was not a good shot. Pretty diabolical putt here. Just aim way up the hill and bite your lip and close your eyes and see if you end up in paradise here. No dice. Sorry, no dice. .430, let's try driver yet again. Let's go over to the edge of the tee box. Blah, blah, blah. Oh. So I'm gonna go nice strong grip, normal stance. And what I want to do is nice low takeaway like that, like to where I can really feel my lead arm stretching out. Let's see what happens. Still a little, I'd call that more of a fade. Let's see what kind of distance we got. 250. Luckily, I am getting to the point where I can kind of work some of this stuff out in real time, but the funny thing is the shot doesn't look any different in the replay. Like if we look at the replay, same John Daly crap. I don't know, guys. It'll forever be a mystery. And then that was just weird. Was my club face open? That's going to cost us a stroke. You want to be a little closer from that range. Ball's going to go left. This green I can tell is very hilly. And we knew that ball was going to stick like a flypaper, but we are on. Let's get our bogey and get out of here, boys. Got a lot of golf yet to play. Got to get my reps in. I'm going to be miserable in the winter when I can't play outside and I just have to play in here. But pretty lucky to have an indoor simulator. So, what do we got here? Okay, we got a tricky little split fairway, but at least it's on a par 5. I love when they do split fairways on par 4s. Like, look how cool we are. And by love it, I mean I hate it. Trees in the middle of the tee box, split fairways on par 4s, just things that I don't care too much for particularly. That's a nice little fade. That'll do the job actually just nicely. We still got 280 to the pin, but ... you probably ain't getting there from here. Yeah, that's a pretty safe bet. Okay, you know, that obviously wouldn't have happened in real life. It wouldn't have stopped it dead like that, especially the trajectory it was on, but we are where we are nonetheless. Pretty dumb. I know it's not like an original thought or anything, but what I really should do is like a how to defeat SGPRO. You know, like those guys do those like walkthrough guides for really hard, old-ass hard Nintendo games. Basically how to beat the machine. Because there's a lot of nuance in SGPRO that you got to be cognizant of, because it just doesn't immediately pop into your mind because you're staring at a 2D screen and it doesn't make any sense to your brain. Good putt. I still think it's a double though. Yeah. We had that ball get knocked down on the approach shot that probably shouldn't have got knocked down. A lot of golf left to play here. Many, many zebras rearing up in the background. Can reasonably expect to land about right there. Let's go nice shallow swing here. No, we have not satisfied the ProTee VX gods. Look at that angle. Let's look at the actual replay here. Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. It certainly wasn't the angle that's being shown in the replay. Not even a 200-yard drive. Two. I got some news for you. The ball would not have gone that way. Such nuance. You must know the nuance. All right, luckily this is a par 5. We should be able to get out of here with a birdie, maybe a par. How about a par, maybe a birdie? That's probably more accurate. That probably would have gone in if I'd have put more mustard on it, but I will take a par. I don't like that we're 6 over. Made a couple of stupid mistakes. Biggest mistake was using SGPRO, but I digress. Let's hit the 7 wood here and roll the ball up. That's going to be a nice high shot over to the right. We'll have some work to do. Maybe tree trouble. Guys, if you can't get your fairway woods in the air, you're going to have a rough time on a 7,000 yard course. What do we got? We still got 60 yards in. $8,000 RPM from this old wedge. That's pretty sweet. Okay, 18 feet, 20, well into the 20s here. Another bogey. Yeah, that was my fault. 7. So we're playing .5 bogey golf. Not bad at all. It's just not very good for the simulator. So we got back-to-back 210 yard par 3s here, which is fine. That gives us perhaps some redemption on this 7 wood. That should be a lovely little shot. Bounce up on there. You can see the green is quite nasty though. There are places on it where if you accidentally manage to put your ball there, it's going to go off the green. It is dinner time. It's always dinner time. That's why I'm the size of a gorilla. Okay, let's see here. We're going uphill. We're braking pretty hard. Let's try right there, because what I don't want to do is roll that way to the left. But we got to go 45 feet. All right, sit down. Probably going to have to putt again. Nope, it let us out. It let us out, mofos. Okay, we got a dog leg right. I can already see that. Let's see if I can hit this driver worth a poop. Worth a poop. So the next video you see, I should be using the new graphite shaft 1 length irons I got coming in the mail. A little fadey. Let's see where that goes. We should be okay if we can get a left bounce. I like that a lot. Uh, 136, but I don't want to be in the sand. Let's hit this club right here. Let's hit a 9er. A very long 9, because we're using these same length clubs, of course, right? That was toey. Certainly bought us a bogey there. You got to be able to get the ball as far as it should go within reason and in the distance in which it should go. Let's take a look at this heat map because I see something nasty over here. We want to be to the right of the pin because things start to get real weird on the left. And guess where I hit? Okay, that's 2 missed strokes. We're looking at probably a double here. Plus we've got this is just a really bad green. You can see the pin is cut into a really bad place. Let's just try to get up here. Let's get over the pin here. Oh, that'll do. So that's either a triple or a double. We're still doing all right. We need to not get any more bogeys though if we can. Beautiful little shot. We'll be putting. Maybe a birdie, probably a par, which is fine. I just don't want any more, I don't want any more bogeys. Downhill, it's going to play about 9 feet. Okay, sweet. First birdie and maybe the only one of the round. 307, so a short par 4. This is another chance to maybe score. Let's see if I can advance my ball down the fairway with the old driver here. Maybe get up in that area there. Yeah, it didn't see what it wanted to see there, boys and girls. That's okay. That's okay. 212. You can see you get nerfed pretty bad when it doesn't see what it wants to see. And it's not necessarily GS Pro. I mean, it's a little bit GS Pro. We certainly got nerfed on the carry. 50 yards offline, 54 yards offline. So the launch monitor does kind of do you a little dirty, but GS Pro kind of adds a little garnish on top, the little extra kick in the ribs. That little extra kick in the ribs you needed for motivation. Okay, let's check out some numbers there because that felt really short. It was about 12 yards short. We've got another pretty diabolical green here. Let's just try to get the ball near the pin and get it to stop if we can. No dice. Making some pretty stupid mistakes right now. We lost about 50% there. Another little GS Pro nuance that I'm guessing Shankin' Birdies is finding out about probably as we speak, maybe tomorrow. He's still getting his simulator set up. Pretty excited for him. Those are exciting times when you're able to finally get in and have a place where you can hit golf balls at your leisure. And this, he said he has a large shop, so I think it's going to be really nice for him. He won't have to deal with that indoor swing syndrome as bad, but it's going to be sweet, and I'm looking forward to his videos. Okay, there it goes again. It's just not, I'm not showing it what it wants to see, even though these feel exactly like they do outside. I'm not presenting to it what it wants to see. Yeah, something's off, a little bit off, I think. Because if you look at what the launch monitor thinks my angle was compared to the replay video, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not over the top, but it's still pretty egregious if you ask me. Probably gonna have some tree trouble here, 38 yards. Not a lot we can do there. Okay, let's see if we can get out of this round. We are not gonna get out of the round with that shot. Painful, painful, painful. Let's see if we can putt near the pin. Pretty rough greens here, guys. I'd say most of the difficulties being induced by the greens on this course. This ball's gonna wanna break very hard to the right. Watch it go. I mean, you do gotta hit it hard enough too. Is it gonna make us putt again? No, it looks like we're out of the round. Thank goodness, it couldn't have been any sooner. Looks like we went 11 over par. Scorecard was pretty clean on the front 9, and then things got a little hairier on the back 9, but still a 40 on the front and a 43 on the back is not that bad. It's not gonna win any awards. I think I'm usually at the bottom, near the bottom in the no pros. But it is what it is. Let's check out the stats. 9 and 1. 4 double bogeys is rough because that alone is 8 strokes. Double bogeys are just pretty terrible in general. But no double pluses, which is nice. 6 greens, 5 fairways, 45-minute round. Nothing really to write home about. Just a good, solid, just average round. Let's get back out to the GS Pro splash screen. Guys, I've had enough. I haven't really been enjoying being in the simulator that much lately, especially since the contrast between outside and in here is so different. But still very lucky and very fortunate to have this in my garage, so no complaints. I'm gonna shut down the simulator. If you guys have any parting words, let me know. But other than that, I'm going to be exiting out of all of these 117 programs you have to run to do anything to live stream. Exit, exit. Shut down the button box. What else we got going on here? The pin light. It looks like my golf cart battery's charged. There we go. We'll use that in the morning. I got a money match tomorrow, 180 bucks on the line, 10 bucks a hole, so wish me luck. Looks like we're about done here. Guys, I appreciate you stopping in. Stay as long as you can. Put some comments in the chat. It's no different to me what you do, but as long as you're enjoying yourself. Other than that, Turbo Talon here in the simulator, signing off. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow afternoon with a video or two with my newest set of single one length clubs with the graphite shafts. But other than that, we'll see you then. You guys have a good one. Have a good night.